like those raps like are like ethereal, and like as an engaged man myself, like I could very much understand what he was talking about, but on Life Sentence. But it's just that it didn't like I'm not gonna say it didn't resonate, but like surrounded by everything else that was on the album, I can't have it as the top.
I would
song
say
for me,
I'm definitely a Diss 2 guy, but I would say the highs on Diss 2 are just so high. Like, it's hard for me to have Diss 1 over it. First, the let out is on Diss 1, but on Diss 2, like, if you ask me what are my favorite songs on the album, 4 to 5 might be on Diss 2, genuinely. Like,
I think 4 of 5 will be on this one.
The Villist, oh my God, I played it. The Villist, Old Dog, What If, and Quick Stop are like...
Quick Stop is my Diss 2 highlight. That and the end of the 39 intro.
But listen, Old Dog is so...
Old Dog is crazy.
Old Dog might be my favorite J. Cole song.
So
Who the fuck is you is probably my favorite J. Cole song ever.
That shit is insane.
Yeah.
So my other thing with this 39 is like I love that we're hearing a lot of J. Cole's influences.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool when we're talking about song making and stuff. I think a lot of the stuff that he flipped wasn't like I just mentioned the DMX thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm like on that hook. I'm kind of like on that hook. You talk about the Villas, like he gets on the Mobb Deep beat, and on the chorus is
Elevators.
It's Elevators.
Yeah, wait,
and it's like, but it's like exactly Elevators.
Yeah, that shit is great.
But like,
that shit is hard.
I'm not.
But the bars are like the song.
The rapping is great. The rapping is great. Once again, I said that was never really a concern of mine. But I'm saying like that was the hook. I just feel like we could have had a better hook. Like an original. I don't think him putting Elevators on the song like elevated the song on the Mobb Deep beat. Like I just felt like it was just all around it. Like
this is
that
why
didn't resonate as much with me. The bars were great.
I like it. Listen, first of all, Erykah Badu, like that's Erykah Badu.
And here's the other thing: you sprinkled Erykah Badu on the song. You could have had her sing the whole chorus.
But
she was just there as parsley on the song. You have Erykah Badu. That's Erykah Badu.
This is my thing, and this is why I'm shooting. This is why I love this song. This is why I shoot him so much bail. Was I feel like it shows his growth as a songmaker that he was not the focus so much on that song. But on Old Dog, I feel like you get the complete. I feel like those two songs like could have dropped as a 2-pack where you get two sides of. The first one is amazing flows, amazing beat. Erykah Badu comes into it and cleans up. It's just a great song. And then in the next song, he's tripping on Old Dog, which is such a crazy beat. But I wanted to get hit What If and Quick Stop because I genuinely was like,
Quick Stop's
like,
amazing.
Quick Stop like stopped me in my tracks. Like
Quick
I
Stop
legit
is amazing.
listened to Quick Stop a couple times. Like got emotional. Like the second verse on Quick Stop is the
way his tone changes is like chilling,
bro. And the genuine storytelling of like
he paints a picture.
Yeah, literally,
you can see it with your eyes.
Literally,
I saw this.
He's such a great storyteller. He's like, oh shit, that's Cole, and like it starts speeding up because the nigga's so excited as J. Cole. Yes. The song starts getting faster to the point where like J. Cole is legit like overtaken with emotion with because like that is the impact he wants to have, and he like just for that to be a random thing. But What If is a genuine like masterpiece to me. I like niggas hating on What If, niggas comparing to Taylor. First, please stop comparing to Taylor Made. Comparing to Taylor Made is genuinely like disrespectful to what J. Cole did on What If because it don't sound like J. Cole is rapping J. Cole from Tupac perspective. Not
to mention What If doesn't use AI. Like, he's literally just rapping. They're using their flows as opposed to putting a voice changer on it.
That's a fact. And that was always my biggest critique was it didn't sound like them niggas rapping other than the voice that you borrowed. The Tupac, Biggie, cadence, storytelling, and flow of it was one of J. Cole's, I feel like, best, like, flexing my pen.
Yeah.
Like, niggas can't do that. A lot of niggas like, if Jordan Lucas do it, y'all call that corny. If Jordan Lucas did that shit would be so ass and corny compared to what J. Cole did. Like,
I agree with a lot of what y'all said. I disagree with a few things. I disagree with Nelson's point about the Villas. I think the purpose of the Villas was to pay homage. I don't think he was trying to make the greatest song he could have. I think he knows he could have had Erica sing that hook, but I think the point was to bring back the feeling of Outkast and Erica together like we've known them to be, and it was to show homage to the Outkast hook and also his love for Mobb Deep. I think he just wanted to mix the South with the North and then bring in a singer. I think
that's what he is.
Yes,
right.
and that's
true.
I think he was paying homage to himself and to his fans with that one. So that is why that's not a critique for me on that song. Also, you guys' point with Quick Stop, I think is everything you guys hit on that is correct. So what I truly feel about this album is that.
Can I say one quick interjection?
Yeah, of course.
Just coming off of what you said about merging the North and the South, I think my only back to that is that I think he did that better on Who the Fuck Is You, where once again on another Mobb Deep beat, and you had I'm sorry, no, was Boosie on Poor Thing?
Boosie was on Poor Thing.
Okay, never mind. Well, either way, I think he got on the Mobb Deep better and just did it better on Who the Fuck Is You.
But
I'm not mad at
I did want to follow up what you're saying, what you were saying. Like y'all are both correct. This is a great conversation. But the bow I would put on it to like say our side is he is the villain. If the way I was listening to the song, it feels like J. Cole's superhero music. Like what does J. Cole feel about J. Cole? And like in his mind, I am the villain. I am the mix of this Mobb Deep and this North South shit. Like and even on the song, like it flows so well. Like if Tupac was Jesus, I just listen around and play the hymns. Like it is so much, or it's just like beautiful. And then the verses are talking about the Ville. Like it's amazing.
So, ultimately, I truly do believe this album will go down as a classic album. Yeah. I think everybody's opinion on this album will be much different in 3 or 4 years, like it is with Mr. Morale, like it was with Views, like it was with Yeezus. Yeah. I believe it falls into that category of the album because there's so much music to digest. And I just want to take a step back, and I will admit, I am fast with music takes. I think one of my strengths as a podcaster is I know music. And I know a record. I know a hit record. I get it. I truly believe that's just a talent I have. And I believe that a lot of the music takes I've had over the years of us podcasting have come true. A lot of the albums that I said were this thing that people were going to say, it has happened. Yeah. So Her Loss is something I was high on very fast. Facts. I was like, yo, this is something.
That was undeniable. That shit was undeniable.
This is something. Punk by Young Thug is another album I think people are going to revisit in a few years and feel a certain type of way about. So, jumping back into the fall off, J. Cole made 2 great albums. Yeah. That is what I think people are marrying these 2 albums because that is what you are supposed to do when you listen to an album the first time. Right. But if you listen to these albums as I have over the weekend as 2 separate albums, this nigga's ridiculous. Yeah. This is immaculate music, and it is the perspective, like you said, from 39 to 29 is ridiculous. The fact that we're sitting on here saying this 39, honestly, I don't know. I haven't made a decision. Really? I heard this 29 today, and not yesterday. I listened to this 29 by itself yesterday, and I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Perfect. It's incredible, dog. Perfect. But I listened to this 39 today, like, yo, this is, like, I think the rapping on this 39 is a tad bit better. Just Who the Fuck Is You just is such a fucking standout on this 29. Yeah. But the rapping on, and the flexing of the pen on this 39, on the intro, on the Village, on What If, is just so immaculate. And I told you how I feel about Life Sentence. It's not my favorite song on the album. I'll be capping for some reason. I don't know why I can't help myself. But
The Whole World is DeVille.
But it's definitely top 25. The Whole World is DeVille. FAYTTVIDL. Like, 100 hard. So I truly believe this is a project you have to sit with. You have to get married with. You have to engage with it. And once you do and you really hear the story he is telling, you will understand that he truly created 2 separate albums and told a story throughout. And like I brought the point about the movie with the NFL. This was a movie, dog. This was truly a movie. You, as you guys said with Quick Stop, and you can like see this happening. There are 9, 10 other songs where you can see the song happening, bro.
Safety
is crazy as fuck, bro.
When I hear Safety, I hear Kick Push. I hear Stand.
Yes, bro.
I like Safety is one of J. Cole best. Like that's the thing. There are 7 to 8 songs that would be in my J. Cole top 20.
And that's why I'm saying this album is going to age so well because I've seen a lot of that. Like, oh, this is one of my favorite J. Cole songs ever. Yeah. When you hear an album, when you hear that from an album early, you know, oh, this is gonna age very well because it's so much music to digest. You can't really form the opinion you're trying to say because you haven't been able to really think about it yet. So I listen to we pod. So I listen to music a certain way when I know we're really about to do an hour on it. Yeah. So I have been in this mode of what am I really thinking? How will I think about this in the future? Do I think this is the most amazing project I've ever heard in my life? No. But I wasn't going into this album like, and the Button Pod, Maul today, some of them old niggas, like, let us do this, bro. Like, I get y'all give y'all opinions, y'all the biggest in the world, y'all legends. I respect y'all so much, and I hope we get to sit with y'all one day. But listen, bro, when it comes to these niggas that grew up with us, let us do this. Y'all missing some of this shit. Man. It's like...
It's not the same.
It's not the same for them. And it's like Joe was talking about What If and Quick Stop, and it was like, bro, you were just tired of listening to J. Cole.
They were roasting.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all, and that's, you can hear it in some of these people's critiques. Y'all are tired of listening to this album, and y'all aren't digesting this as two separate album shit.
The clip that made me, I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna say it made me mad, because I am one of them niggas, we are so passionate about music. Like, sometimes, it's crazy. I was having this conversation, it's kind of a sidebar, but like, I was telling this girl, nobody pissed me off like my parents. Because it's only certain people that can really piss you off.
They know what buttons to hit.
Exactly. And like, or it's just like, it's certain people I don't care about enough to be pissed off. Right. Like, even if I'm not mad that you did something, like I was mad, like, I was mad. My mom keeps trying to buy a cheap phone. And she keeps like, oh yeah, I need a new phone. Yes, you keep buying cheap phones. So like that, like I was saying, that's pissing me off. Like, because I care about this person.
Yes.
It's hard for people who don't care about music to understand why I get mad hearing certain shit from like the Button podcast or niggas who opinion I think the Mallory Bros pissed me off during the beef because that's an opinion I respect. Like, if I don't respect your opinion, I'm not gonna be mad. But to see like them niggas the Button podcast, like I think it was Ice. I can't remember if it was Joe. I don't care about Mark Hill, but
crazy shit.
Wild stance.
That was crazy, dog.
But
Nelson mad as fuck. That's his Philly brother.
That is.
Yo.
Him and Mona.
But they was like, oh, what if they were like, yeah, bro, we ready to go, bro. Stop listening. Stop expecting the album to stop when you're ready to stop listening.
Thank you, bro.
Like, what do you fucking mean you're like, you're 2.5 hours to a Christopher Nolan movie. You're not like, well, Adam Sandler movie was 2 hours. Nigga, sit there and fucking listen to the J. Cole album that we waited 10 years for.
Yeah.
And that shit was making me so mad because, like you said, let us handle it, because the perspective that we have on this compared to what they have is completely different. The same way y'all those niggas expect us to take their word for it when we talk about like Mobb Deep, Hove, Ye, and all these other people. And with that being said, like a song like Lonely at the Top isn't gonna hit for them the way it will for J. Cole fans who've watched him get to what he's talking about.
For sure.
Like, Lonely at the Top for me was such a, like, disc one, oh, I missed this my first time. I love this song. Yeah. Because it kind of reminded me of, like, how Wayne did Nightmares at the Bottom almost, where it was like, I got up here and y'all are right. And it's not because, like, no shade. It's not like the Drake shit where it's like, I can't trust anybody. It was like, J. Cole genuinely missed being inspired.
Yeah.
And that is a real thing.
That's
like,
crazy.
Kendrick talked about needing inspiration, but like J. Cole literally was like, bro, who are we supposed to look to when I'm at the top to keep pushing me? What is like, especially with my favorite artists, like I reached this mountaintop trying to chase my favorite artists, but in the time that it took for me to get up there, it took them to fall off. And that shit is crazy. Like it's so many points in this album where I'm like, this is the best song.
And that's, again, why I keep saying this is going to age so well, because those are themes and messages people aren't able to digest because you looking at this as a 12 song and you like, damn, I got 45 minutes left of this shit. Right. And that's why Joe was like, he said on Quick Stop, he didn't have nothing to talk about. like you was just telling the same
Yeah,
story
that was
over.
crazy.
That's you missed the entire. No, you didn't. No,
That was crazy.
you completely missed the
can't get
point.
it, bro.
And it's like I understand the critique of what if, but y'all gotta stop telling J. Cole he can't rap about shit because of something he did 2 years ago, bro. Like
Right.
J. Cole did something 2 years ago. It is over, dog. Saying another song can't be made when that nigga did what he did, bro. When that nigga started rapping like them niggas, I'm like, yo, what is this nigga on right now, bro? And hold on, because I want to see if you even tried to do this, and if you have, I'm interested to see what you'll do, what y'all hear when you do it. When I heard that, because I looked, that was the 39 intro, Quick Stop, and that song, and Who the Fuck Is You? I played back mid listen, and what if I listen back again, and I think he's talking to Kendrick Lamar. And if you listen to them, to that song, there are points in it where it is like, bro, this is directed directly at Kendrick, bro, and it's my okay. Let's play it. I'm gonna take a break.
I legit want to play that shit now. We don't pay. Yeah. I hear the chorus. I hear exactly what you're saying, especially in the context of this song, where he is saying, "I would still have my nigga to this day." You would be still my nigga to this day.
Yes. And then in the first verse.
I was going to say
the first verse, in the middle of that verse where he started talking about, I told you these niggas was going to take you. I told you it was war. When he get in that bag, bro, it sound exactly like what Kendrick, that line where he was like, and you didn't call wrong, and you tell me whatever he said in Euphoria, I have not forgot about that. Right, Kendrick didn't lie throughout his album, well, obviously, okay. But Euphoria, it was no lies in Meet the Grams on Euphoria. When this battle first started, he was talking directly at Drake, telling the truth. I don't think that he said this for no reason, and if you watch the Rory and Mal pod, Mal a couple weeks ago said he has confirmed information. Them niggas have not spoke since this beef started. There is a reason for that happening. So when I look at it from that perspective, I don't think Cole wanted the Drake and Kendrick beef and his apology and all of that to overshadow the raps on this and the album. So if he would have said anything about that, everybody would be talking about that all weekend, and the conversation would be like, yeah, the album cool, and niggas would have spent 45 minutes on what the fuck he said about that. So instead of giving it to you just straightforward, he put it behind some niggas that also went through the second biggest rap beef in rap history. And I think if you just really listen to the lyrics, it correlates to even it correlates exactly to him speaking to Kendrick. And even if you want to look at the Pac verse as what Kendrick was saying back to him when they spoke, like I've listened to this song a couple different ways, and I just think that's an interesting theory to pull from.
I feel like it is a very 1,000% credible. Like, listen, I love a good theory. I think this is definitely on the board, especially depending on what is the details of Kendrick getting his new deal. If Kendrick's absence or gap was due to him, like, yo, I'm not dropping shit under this fucking, like, I need to get my shit right. Or, like, kind of like how he was talking about how Pac was, like, tucked away. And in that time, he's like, you left me to hang. Like, you on tour, like, all that shit. So when I got out, when it's time for me to come back, when I got an album to drop, I chose drama. Didn't care about the fallout. Like, and at the end, when I really heard it was at the end when he was talking about for ego, vengeance, and dollar signs. Yes. Like that one was definitely like, okay, I'm really, really hearing.
Yes.
Yeah. Even the part where he at the end of the first verse where he's like, hey, like, I hope you don't think I got you set up. Like that, like, I think that's especially interesting because he's essentially like the middleman in the beef. You know what I mean? Like, this is really a war of attrition between them two. And it's like, we've always associated Cole as cool with Kendrick. Then he went on this wave where he was mad close with Drake, with him everywhere, on the album and then on the big feature and then on tour. And then, so they're like this, literally going to tour together, going city to city. And then after this beef happens, now they've never spoken again. So it's like...
Yeah, and that's the thing. Kendrick and Cole confirmed talk. And after that, he did not talk to that nigga ever again.
So it's easy that, like, it can be perceived if you're either one of the parties, because he was essentially cool with both of them, like, that which one were you cooler with? Did you hang me out to dry? Did you set me up? Like, it's just, there's an air of uncertainty there. So him saying, like, I hope you ain't think I got you set up was, like, I could see that applying.
Exactly, bro. Yeah. Exactly. So, what if, bro, I just think this is an amazing album. It came on an accident when I was about to play the song. I Love Her Again, dog. Yo, bro.
Now, see, that's one where
Yo,
I think
bro.
the flip was perfect.
Yes.
That, I think, was perfect.
Yeah.
Mainly because the content of that song, of what the original song was, and then how he turned it, like, it directly applied. Like, I think that was just a perfect application to his perspective. That was the most interesting perspective from him, I feel like, besides the Quick Stop story that I heard on Disc 39. Like, those two stories, like, those particular perspectives, like...
We pushing them towards Disc 39, ain't we?
Bro, there's heat on both. I'm just saying, I lean
I'm about to get him back.
I lean a certain way, but,
So I was texting, I think Mick, because Mick was one of the niggas who could listen to the album.
Mick love J. Cole.
Yeah, and we were listening to, we just mentioned the song too on... Safety.
Safety.
Talking about safety.
Yeah.
And I mentioned earlier how that is stand for me. I real life listened, like during the first listen, was like, this shit is stand. And it's just from a different perspective where it's someone that he knew but got locked up.
Right.
And he's still a stand, still the biggest fan. Like, yo, and when it really hit for me, it was like, yo, yeah, and I have a daughter. He sent a picture of the daughter.
Yeah.
Like, and he's sending these things out, and you really never get, like, the other side from Cole. Yeah. But just the beat, flow, just the sound of it is just so, like, it feels like I heard the song 10 years ago. It feels like I've been listening to that song my whole life almost. Yeah. Like, I knew I loved it from the very first, like, 10 seconds or so.
That's hard. No, I think Safety is an absolute highlight on this album, bro. It's just a masterclass. I think this album started off very strong. Yeah. I was very impressed by song 5. I was like, yeah, bro, he got me. Like, I can't say nothing about it. Sure. Bro, like, this is ridiculous. Something else I want to touch on this one is drum and bass, bro. The first verse on drum and bass, bro, our boy reputations standard in the state of revenge, seeking a way to defend reputations because the names are actually greater than them. Life is a trip. You can't predict the random way that it ends. Bullets travel straight through his skin like gamma rays in the wind. My greatest of wins came when I annotated my gems. The shit I write so fire, I got my hand afraid of my pen. What the fuck, bro? And then the hook on that, I loved his tone on the hook on that. And I think that's been a critique of J. Cole in some of his songs is like, when he trying to sound tough and all of that, it don't be coming off right. That, man, what the fuck talking about? Man, he delivered that so well, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's the sound that I feel like I get more on 29. I feel like I'm getting the cockier, the angrier, the ego Cole. Yeah. And like I just love when he's popping his shit. Like maybe it's selfish from me, but like I love when he's on those gritty ass hard southern beats. Yeah. He's sampling Boosie on shit. He's popping his shit. He's calling you a punk bitch, and he's like that. All of that shit. It just hits so much more home. It's selfish because at the end of the day, he's obviously not gonna feel the same way 10 years later. Right. He's obviously in a different stage of his life, and that's part of the beauty of the duality of it. And I can appreciate it. Well, I just have a preference because I like how one sounds over how one other.
Well, that's the thing for me. I kind of look at it as like, oh, I love number 8 Kobe, but I love 24 Kobe. Yeah, just as much. Yeah. Number 8 Kobe might come down Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Lane Slam on both you niggas. Yeah. 24 Kobe might give you 7 mid ranges in the second half. You lose the game, no highlights. Like that is kind of how I look at both the discs. Where the first disc feels kind of like what you were saying, where it's just like. It feels like the athletic, younger version of Cole, like where he's just ripping shit.
2013 Bron versus 2018 Bron.
Exactly.
The two best.
And then on disc 2, it's just like, oh no, I am a master songmaker now. Yeah. I am an elite top tier, the best beat, best hook is gonna flow amazing, and it's still gonna be rapping in there, but it's not gonna be like the same style of rapping. Yeah. And that I don't mind as much because like it's kind of like wow, like Quick Stop. Like, I like Whacked Out Mural so much because it's not trying to do too much. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Quick Stop, he's not trying to do too much with this. This song could easily be 3 minutes if J. Cole wanted the song to be 3 minutes. But it doesn't have to be. And it's funny, last Patreon we did, we talked about Rihanna and Higher and the tone and how you say something. Like, you could really feel, whether, like, them saying he just needs something to rap about, I don't know how you hear that second verse and think, this is just another verse on this album.
No, for it's too intentional.
It's too
intentional.
And it's so intense. Like,
I was glad Parks was there to be like, nah, you missed that one.
Especially how it ends, bro. You can't get to the end of that song and be like, yeah, he just threw this on there.
Yeah, bro. And it was like
he literally like he's literally telling you his entire career is this.
Yeah.
This is what it's about.
This is what I did it for.
And it's that's comes at the end of the album, and it's like it's beautiful that you get the part about him hating fame, but at the end of the album, that moment of, all right, I'm never going to be the same. I'm never going to be able to come back to the Ville and it feel like it did when I was a kid. But I also love that because that's why I became a rapper. He folds that story he ends that story perfectly right there on that song, and it carries it over into the whole world as a Ville. So I just think that they missed that point so bad. But back to disc 1, bro. I think what I love about disc 1 is it was really obvious from the start he has become such a better songmaker, and it made me. I love to see the evolution of artists. I was talking about that with the Don't Be Dumb with Testing on a lower level, but Testing sounded like, Don't Be Dumb sounded like what Testing was supposed to be like if Rocky could have made it there. Like the sounds, the culmination,
and good execution of Testing.
Yes, like he really married that well, and I think this is J. Cole bringing Forest Hill Drive and KOD together and making a sonically pleasing album because Forest Hill Drive and KOD were both concept albums, but they just weren't delivered well. And I think the rap, just like on this album, the rapping on those albums were amazing. I actually went back and listened to both of these albums recently.
The rapping on KOD is retarded.
The rapping on KOD is crazy. It's just some of the songs just aren't great songs. And that is...
Produced his own beats too many times again.
It felt like a good director's worst movie.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's an excellent explanation. And the fall off and this one specifically just felt like, yo, he can't make a bad song anymore. You might not like it. Like Ish said. I'm not Ish. I knew when I heard the Let Out, it's no way Ish is gonna like this song. I love the Let Out.
It's crazy. When I hear the verses, I like the verses.
Yes. Yes, but I love, Nelson, Dis 39, he was like, I know nobody listened to the first half of this no more. And I was like, no, I am. Because I'm so happy J. Cole can do this now. And I love music. I love rap songs with music and live music and instrumentation behind it. That's why I love Kanye music so much. That's why I like Tyler music so much when you're having a conversation about songwriters. Tyler gives bridges on songs, as Nelson said. So I think making a rap song a full song is something that he did at a very high level on this album.
Right. And we talked about all these amazing songs, all these amazing lyrics, all these amazing sounds and production. We didn't even mention the Alchemist song.
Yes.
Which is it's so many highlights to hit on this album. And in the TikTok, I described it as this is the most J. Cole album.
Yeah.
This is if you like J. Cole music, at any point, if you were a fan of J. Cole, there is J. Cole music on this album for you.
Exactly.
If you do not like J. Cole music, he is not trying to convince you to be a J. Cole fan.
Exactly.
Either you're going to really love this album or it's not for you. But I feel like that is the point. We talked about, we critique, and of course we always gonna mention the big three. These niggas connected to hip. We always people are always upset with our Drake takes. Well, what do you want him to do? We don't want you to try to have a 80 across the board for every genre. J. Cole, if you don't like J. Cole music, you like pop music, this album is not for you, and he is okay with that. But it's better than you just having good mid across the board for everything, because it's never gonna move the needle. That is my biggest fear for this was I was gonna hear this album and be like, there's a couple songs in my J. Cole top 10. And I kind of like Mighty Lee Later, and a little bit, not so much with the Aussies, but Mighty Lee Later was wow, some great rapping. That's enough. When I want to hear great rapping, I'll listen to that. But it's nothing that's oh yeah, this is break my top 5 Cole songs, break my top 10 Cole songs. There are legit songs littered throughout both of these albums. You can genuinely be like, oh yeah, this is my favorite J. Cole song. And he's like, yeah, I get it.
And that's important. That's insane to do for your 9th album.
Literally.
Yeah, it's 6th album, whatever it is. And that's what I said the point about earlier when we were discussing the evolution of rap as how rap used to be a young man's game, but people are realizing the more experience you have, the better your music is going to get. J. Cole, bro, did something not a lot of rappers will do or have done.
Right.
And that is drop arguably their best project as their last project. I don't know if this is J. Cole's last album. He said in the answer to the Q&A he did yesterday
he's still dropping It's a Boy.
that he's going to drop It's a Boy, but I don't know if that's going to be like, it's going to go under the fall off and be like, It's a Boy version. And
He's probably going to be like another Might Delete later.
I think it would be like the Blizzard thing.
Exactly. If it's anything that's not an album, he did say specifically, I'm not dropping music as J. Cole anymore.
Right.
And I believe that means the Jermaine fall off is coming or the Cole only is going to come. Yeah. And I believe that he makes another album again. But this version of J. Cole in this 2009 to 2026 run of J. Cole, this is in the conversation for his best album.
Right.
And there's not a rapper you can say did anything close to that.
Right.
And that is an impressive in and itself to show that he truly continued to work at this craft and never was satisfied with where he was.
That's a fact. I 1000% agree.
Listen, y'all.
Oh, Future, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Really?
We didn't mention Future. We got Future on a hook, and we got Future with a verse. 7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my drop. Man, come on, dog. Boy, that boy Future cold, boy. He's cold, boy. Tim's Future, that was a little shot to wait for you, in my opinion. But I do think my critique about that song, I have a critique about that song.
Oh, boy.
I don't think it was structured as well as it could have been.
Yeah.
I believe that Tim's hook-ish, the bridge, whatever you want to call it, that should have been at the beginning of the song.
Yeah, it should have came first.
It should have came first.
Yeah.
Cole's verse should have started. They should have thrown a little bridge of Tim's in the middle. Future's verse should have started, and then Tim should have ended the song again, and that should have been the song. I think they structured that song poorly.
It definitely felt like Tim's part came out of nowhere.
Yes.
I was like, holy shit. Like,
Yes.
Tim's is here.
Yes. And that's why I was like, I don't think you structured that. And I think it was supposed to be a surprise, but I don't think that was a song for that.
Yeah.
Future's verse was a good enough surprise to where Tim's didn't have to be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then
was cool, as long as it wasn't Ari Lennox.
and then the question I have about, we talked about features. What features do you think were missing? And not the out of this world top 5 rappers in the world. Like, where do you think a rapper should have been to break this album up a little bit more?
I was so heartbroken. I didn't hear West Side Gun.
That's the first thing
I heard the boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
I was like,
yes.
West Side Gun and Cole finally. Because Cole's not on any of the Griselda shit. Like, you know he's a fan of those niggas. I was like, oh yeah, we get West Side Gun right here. This is it. Especially because like West Side Gun's an album nigga.
Yeah.
So
and he's known to give show-stopping features.
Yeah.
The feature run he's been on has been insane.
Yeah, but no, like it's so hard because like, dog, 24 songs, we couldn't get a like break in there one time.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's one of the things that like I think Daniel put it best when you're like really assessing the classic value of the album is when you're digesting it as 2 albums because like. Just going through the whole damn near 2-hour experience, and it's just so much Cole.
Right.
Like, you know, it's just not broken up enough. I can feel like that, you know.
Let me ask you guys, because y'all are Jid guys, were you expecting it? Like, if you could add Jid, would that be one of the features?
No.
No, because Jid wouldn't have broke this album up for me.
Yeah.
Jid, their rapping styles are too simple.
Yeah. And he wouldn't even have, like, I would have wanted, like you said, like, I would have wanted it to sound different. And like he would, granted, I'm not saying
the verse would have been amazing.
Yes,
but
it
like,
would have been amazing.
I feel like
we've gotten enough of them like recently. Too.
Yeah.
Like I wanted something different.
I wanted him on him on some Atlanta shit. I wouldn't mind him on Old Dog. If you to take out one of the verses, put Jid on there, I wouldn't mind.
Not mad at that.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I said, even if you want to, was Old Dog 3 verses? Or was it 2? I think it was 2. I feel like you could have added a verse in the middle of somebody from Atlanta or somebody from the South. Right. I think that would have been cool.
I was gonna say a Young Thug feature would have been welcome.
Yes, and then on. I love the Burna Boy feature. We haven't hit that. That song is really good, and I do think that feature was very important. Yes. But I believe on Man Up Above, Chance would have been a perfect feature for that album. And I believe that would have broke the album up very well, especially the second half of the album, because I was about the midway point through it. And then on the where's the song I was thinking of? On Legacy, I think he should have had the hook be more. The hook should have been more important, and he should have gotten a real vocalist to sing that hook. And I think that's all the album was. I think the album was missing 2 features and one of the singers to do the hooks. He did one too many hooks on this album.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like there's a certain points when you're trudging through how long the album is. You get to a certain point where you're like, okay, that's what J. Cole is known for of doing, of like not breaking it up, of getting like a little bit repetitive.
Right.
But like if you're nitpicking, just with how long the album is,
These are nitpicks.
Those certain things stand out more when you have an album this long.
Yes,
that's a fact.
Those are nitpicks. Those are nitpicks for sure.
I'm trying to think of other features. I still think a Nas would have been crazy. I think it would have been full circle, especially when you're going really full circle with the story of J. Cole and like the different stages of his career. Like I don't know, getting some kind of closing to the chapter of like, you know, how shit started out with Nas to like how
I think Nas was a great feature. I was about to say that. I was also about to say something creative I think would have been nice. And the more Ray feature has me thinking this on What If. Yeah. He should have got Rod Wave to sing the hook on Life Sentence. I believe people would have. I think
that elevates the song.
That would have elevated that song, and I think it would have been a nice break. Yes. It would have been. The song would have been more digestible because you would have been like, oh, shit. Yeah. And the 3 verses would have been more digestible 100%. Because he wasn't doing the hook as well. Sure. Rod Wave doing that hook would have been fucking crazy. Yeah. And they could have flipped it a little bit different because to marry it to his voice a little bit better. Yeah. So these are like nitpicks. These are just little nitpicks, but I definitely think that was I left the album and that was the first thing I said. I was like, he's still missing features. Yes. I love this project. I've loved it from the first listen. Yeah. But from the first listen, I was like, he's missing a few features.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think we kind of hit everything.
Yeah, bro, that was a great hour now or so. I think that was an hour and a half. That flew by, honestly. But it's not a song on here I don't like, bro. But top 5s to end.
Yeah. So you love the Let Out?
Oh yeah, I do. I think that is. I think.
You know why? Like a folk song.
You know why? It broke the album up for me. It was such a nice break. I
think it was a bad break.
I think if the song was called the interlude, it would have felt better about it because interludes are known to break up the album. I think that's a fair critique of the song is that it was too long. Yeah. But I do think it was a great break in the album. I think it was J. Cole flexing something he's been working on, and that is why I like it. So yeah,
you could definitely tell he worked on. He like wanted to flex his vocals.
Yes,
like,
yes,
right, bro. I see you.
Yes. All right. Before we get out of here, let's do a quick top 5 songs, and then we can end this motherfucker. We can end this motherfucker. So
give me 30 seconds to write it.
Say less.
I definitely know it, but I have to put it on paper.
In some other news, we have talked about the album, but we haven't talked about Rollout. That nigga getting his Civic and driving around, pulling up on 2 college campuses in North Carolina. He was at Morehouse in Atlanta yesterday. Yeah. He did a little listening party at, I believe it was Magic. He stopped by. Big Boy just posted a picture of him and said he stopped by the dungeon. Yeah. Like what he's been doing. I think he was in VA today. In Hampton. Dog, like this is a cool ass rollout, real grassroots chitlin circuit. Let me get in my car and really sell my music or talk to the fans. I think that's hard, bro, to do at this level.
Not to mention like. He's obviously going to get the 250 to 300K, whatever it is he's expecting. But, like, he's literally doing direct to consumer. Like, he's literally doing tap to pay in his phone. Yes. Like, on top of the vinyl sales. Like, it's just so. Him and Ebe have always had the marketing game on lock. And it started with Dollar and a Dream. Yeah. And it's just transcended and evolved now to a whole nother level. Like, Cole is just one of the most unique, authentic. Like, he's J. Cole. Like, when he's going to go down, like, I know we were calling him, like, Nas era apparent, but, like, in reality, like, he's J. Cole.
Yes.
You know? And that's
he is a one-on-one, truly.
That's a fact.
And that's elite, for sure.
And he's above Nas.
Does this album change where you have J. Cole in your
I wanted to get to that.
Top 15? Yes. Top 20?
Yeah, hell yeah. Absolutely. J. Cole has a classic. I feel like J. Cole, like that. Like,
and you felt like he didn't have one till now?
I feel like he didn't have a big boy. Like, he didn't have a big boy classic. I don't want to call him, like, a big boy classic, but we all agree, like, there's level to the classic, at least if we think it's a lot of classics. I think J. Cole has an album where, like, yo, is J. Cole better than Nas? Like, listen, J. Cole made the fall off. Nas can't make the fall off.
I feel like Nas could not make a 24-song album that people want to listen to. I don't think he has that in his bag. So I do think that is a skill. I think something that he became a way better songmaker than Nas, and that's what separated him. But I think so. I have a list. I believe it is 8 rappers that you have to have in the top 10. Okay. And that list for me is, depending on what you want to do for Kanye, is weird. I personally have Kanye in the top 10 because, like, that's Kanye, dog. Yeah. Like, I'm 26, bro. That's Kanye. I'm 27. Yeah. So Wayne, Hove, no order, obviously. Wayne, I do believe Hove should be one. I do stand on that, and I don't believe it's just about music. I believe that when you think rap music, and if you want it, if the aliens came down and we had to have somebody speak for basketball, we had to have somebody speak for football, we had to have somebody speak for rap. You would want LeBron, Tom Brady, and Hove. And I think they deserve that. You don't want Michael Jordan speaking because he's going to be drunk. So I understand he could have maybe in the 90s.
Yo, check up, nigga.
So, but...
He just start gambling for galaxies. Like, you get this one, I get this one.
So,
or nothing.
Yeah.
So Hove, Wayne, Kanye, M, Biggie, Pop, Nas, DMX, and Drake. It was 9. I think those 9 have to be in your top 10. Okay. After,
so basically, you can't have any original. You can only have one original take in your top 10.
Did I not say Kendrick?
I don't know.
Oh, then I have a solidified top 10. Sorry. Yeah,
if you don't have this top 10, you're wrong.
I truly believe that. I think, and I can explain why. Yeah. And if you try to bring anybody else in it, I can explain why they're not in it. Like, it is an argument I have thought about. So, and that's why I said 8 because I usually don't put Pac and Biggie in there. I usually say because they both passed Rest in Peace to the Kings at 25, it's not fair when niggas is like. We just talking about Cole May dropped his best album at 36. Like, you got to be able to survive the fall off and have that full career for me to judge you with niggas that have had 25, 30-year careers. Right. So, removing those 2, it is those 8 artists. Wayne, Hove, Nas, Drake, M.
You said DMX.
X. Yes, I meant that too. Yeah. X. And then whoever the fuck else I said. I'm not about to keep doing this. I believe Snoop is on that cusp, so that's what I was getting to. That's Cole has entered that guy that can be 9 and 10 with Snoop, Future, 50. T.I., 50. I want to keep saying Outkast. They're a group. Okay, you know how I feel about that. They are a group. So those are the 4 names I would say. I would believe Game is really close to that. Kiss is up there with that.
Did we say 50?
Yes, we said 50. I believe you can throw this is some old shit, but however you feel about Method Man, Redman, the niggas from the Wu-Tang, any of them niggas you can throw in there. Raekwon, you can always throw all of them up there. So that little would be.
Ain't said T.I. name yet. Shout out Reggie.
Oh, I said T.I. I said T.I. T.I. was the second person I said.
He's not mentioned. He's implied. He's always there.
T.I. is T.I. In my personal top 10, he is 10. In my personal top 10, he is 10. And I put at 9. I do T.I. at 9 and. I go back and forth between 50 and Snoop at 10.
Okay. I just want to say, I don't care. I might be biased. I might be an asshole. I will not entertain any top 10 without Biggie, for sure. I just can't. Yeah. I don't care if you like, it's 2 albums. I just don't care.
Well, listen,
I won't let you name 10 albums. I don't care.
I will say, to shoot Daniel some bail, because that was one of our original arguments, and his take is now, like, what I convinced him of. And I will pose.
And I respect it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell them to fuck off.
And I will pose the same to you. Like if Kanye died at 24, like and it was the college it was the college dropout, graduation, and
late registration.
Right. It was like that's still like it's hard to. And I think Drake too. Like if we like Drake first 3, like it's hard to after your first 3 or 4 to like. Compare it across.
Yeah, and that's
Eminem's first 3 too.
Yeah, bro. It's a lot of artists we can do this. It's a lot of them. Most of them we can do this with everybody on that list. So that is just a conversation to make it easier. Yeah. If you are having a real conversation and those guys are included, there's no way you're getting to 10 rappers without naming Tupac and Biggie. Right. That is idiotic.
Even if you don't have them on the list, they'll be like, yo, I'm not putting them on the list because of this.
You have to say why this is happening. Right. It's idiotic not to.
You know, it's like when niggas omit Wilt and Bill for me.
Yes. It's the same thing.
It's like, it's like those 2 guys are stamped. Niggas understand, like, they're in a separate category.
It was 6 teams, dude. Like, I'm not putting you, like, what are we talking about?
I just argue niggas down by Biggie. I'll let Pac slide, but I just go too hard.
Nah, Biggie is, I always say Biggie, in my opinion, is the best rapper ever. Yeah. And when I say that, I mean the art of being a rapper.
That was Christopher Wallace.
That is the greatest rapper. Yeah. If you had a competition and you was like, all right, everybody rap on the same beat, he's just going to sound the best. That's what I mean by that.
The coolest.
Yes. And I hate, like, rest in peace to him, I hate you never got to hear him with the evolution of music. Just what he would have been able to do with some of these rappers. Like, Biggie, Kendrick and Pac song not being able to happen is horrific. And Biggie and 50 song never being able to happen.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Biggie on a Pharrell beat.
Biggie on a dog. Like what, bruh?
Big Pimpin' featuring Biggie.
Bruh, like what, bro? What?
Yes,
like you hear it. You know that's where he was supposed to be at, bro. Like,
that's crazy.
Oh, like shit,
that
bro.
Shit,
bro.
I did want to, just because we're kind of wrapping up, the 50 Cent T.I. versus was broached again. We wanted to touch that just briefly.
Let me write this down because we need to post it to TikTok about this shit show. I want y'all to know something real quick, real fast, and in a hurry, bro. Stop playing with T.I.'s name.
Thank you.
Stop fucking playing with T.I.'s name, bro. I don't know who y'all niggas think T.I. Harris is, Tip Harris is, Clifford Harris is, dog. But I'm telling you something. I'm not, this ain't an opinion. I'm telling you factual information. Y'all is playing with that nigga name, dog. T.I. is one of the 10 greatest rappers ever. This versus with 50 Cent where y'all like, it ain't gonna be a competition, tell T.I. to go to his weight class. Nigga, that is his weight class. Please stop playing with that nigga name. If you think 50 gonna win, you wrong. But cool, I respect 50. So it's cool. But I want y'all to know, y'all don't listen to T.I. I want y'all niggas in New York to stop coming down here with these Atlanta opinions when y'all niggas so obviously don't listen to these artists. Y'all niggas talking about T.I. don't got this type of album, T.I. ain't made this type of song. Whatever type of song you want, T.I. can give you. T.I. invented trap music, my nigga. T.I. has invented a genre that took over rap. Atlanta taking over rap, it was with Outkast, and then it went to T.I. And if it wasn't for T.I. being who he was, Atlanta would not have become what it was. Please stop playing with that nigga name. Please. So yeah, I got T.I. 11-8.
Okay.
12-8. 12-8.
Listen.
12-8, my bad.
Listen, if 50 wasn't even like, here's the thing. 50 Cent made the best music, but he wasn't even the best pure rapper in G Unit.
Not even close.
So, like, T.I. is literally like if you took the hit-making, song-making ability of 50 Cent, but the rapping of Lloyd Banks. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
All right, this is where I'm going to step in. Listen, I'm going to step in as the pro 50 Cent crowd.
We know.
I've been on record with the 50 Cent crowd for a long time. It's funny because we've done verses for so long.
And I'm the up north nigga. Look at you.
That's a fact. Listen, I do come from up north seeds. So I did have, like, I was listening to Heroes Should Die Trying Over. I didn't know what the fuck he was saying. But it's funny, we've been doing it so long. We did have a versus tier list kind of where it was like, all right, these are the top tier, to one, tier 2. Yeah. And we had 50 was, I feel like 50 Cent is the bouncer for tier 1. I don't think tier 1. The bouncer. And that's the thing. Listen, I feel like, for like a boxing analogy, it was like, if you're going to be a heavyweight fighter in the 90s, you're going to fight Mike Tyson. Right. And he may not be the most technical boxer. He may not have the best footwork. But if he hits you hard, can you stand up? And I feel like 50 is the bouncer for tier 1. With that being said, and let me of course acknowledge what Daniel just said. I think everything Daniel said was true. Mm-hmm. You, I think, got a little out of body.
What did I say?
And respectfully, I do not think peak 50 you could say was like T.I. hit that peak as a song maker. I just can't.
I'll give the edge to 50. That's fine. But I'm just saying, in terms of T.I. as a complete artist, he has the hit making ability of this person and the rapping ability of this person. I'm not saying that he's better in both. I'm just saying, in totality, if you summed up what T.I. was, that's what he was.
I 1000% agree with especially the versatility for T.I.
Yes.
And the longevity isn't even a conversation. Mm-hmm. When we really have this conversation, we're talking about like 24 months of 50% music. Like,
right.
We're not talking like 10 years.
Exactly.
And I know in a versus that does kind of like, before you get to the songs, that kind of will frame it in a way, because it will be like, if Derrick Rose and Steve Nash played one-on-one, of course you're thinking like, yo, Steve Nash had an amazing career, multiple teams competed, Mm-hmm. We talking about 18 months of D Rose. Like, it's a lot. It's hard to compare. Yeah. That's why I think the verses is such a great idea for them to, because like Rock said, they are peers. They are the same age. They are public. They can all do that. With that being said, I think 50 Cent rock him.
Absolutely not.
Like you said, 12-8. I feel like it's 12-8-50. But the thing is, right?
12-8's not a rock, by the way.
For that, well, it's like the Super Bowl. Like losing by 12 in the Super Bowl feel like a lot. And with these level of artists, like if T.I. wins 12-8, it's gonna feel like he rocked 50 Cent. Like it's not gonna feel like, oh man, it's gonna win. Like if T.I. wins 12-8, it feels like T.I. is giving him haymakers. And I feel like that's the same way with 50. But I think what separates it is, man, 50 in just the verses category is so hard to beat because it's certain songs. I just don't. I feel like we always talk about unbeatables. I feel like 50 Cent's set of unbeatables is just very, very hard to beat unless you're a certain like type. Like Hove is not worried about it. He has 30 of them shits. Kanye, like those top, like who said, the top tier A-list artists, like once you get into tier list, they're not worried about it. I feel like T.I.'s unbeatables don't beat 50 unbeatables, if that makes sense. I feel like it's a weird way to describe it, but
I don't think that. I think this will be one of those verses where T.I. let 50 get off in the club, Many Men, and 21 Questions early, and after them three songs go, and it's 3-1, T.I. is going to go About the Money, ASAP, Motivation, Top Back, top whatever you like, Big Shit Popping, and he's just gonna keep hitting them. And T.I. and 50 not gonna have nothing for it. And when T.I. still at a strong 16, 17, the 50 song's gonna be like, that's cool. And that is why that longevity point matters. It's because them 50 songs that niggas keep talking about, PIMP is not gonna hit like that, bro. It's not.
You lost me there.
It's not.
You lost me there.
Wait, let me say that. PIMP is not the unbeatable New York niggas think it is. That's what I'm trying to say. That is what I am trying to say. It's an amazing song. Please, I'm so sorry, 50. That was crazy.
I'll put it right under the tier of unbeatable.
Exactly,
and
that's my point.
But it's up there.
Is that like T.I. This is my point in this. It's like usually I'm on the side of both of them. We got to give them at both of the 100% verses. But that's because we be talking about Hove and Kanye, and that's never fucking happening. Yeah. This might actually happen if 50 stopped ducking because 50's scared, and we all know that 50 is ducking, and that's why he keeps posting.
Is he ducking?
50 is ducking, bro. That's why he keep every time T.I. talk about music, he start posting shit about him snitching 30 years ago when he wasn't even fucking snitching. So
50 Cent refuses to take an L.
Yeah.
And like the fact that he knows it's possible that he'll take an L is
yes.
why he's ducking it.
And that's why T.I. keep calling him out because he know he's scared. So that is my point. Where was I going with my point? Is that because I was usually saying that with this topic, we have to say like, all right, because it's never gonna happen, let's just say they're at their best. But because this can happen, I have seen T.I. perform recently, and I have seen 50 perform recently. And I believe because T.I. is so focused on this and wants this so bad, he knows exactly how he's going to attack him. So I just think schematically, T.I. is going to be way more prepared than 50 is also.
So is that ducking, though, like when T.I. actually has, of course, first of all, we love T.I. I love T.I. I don't want to come off as like I'm hating T.I. But I'm pretty sure 50 Cent is a lot more fucking busy than T.I. So is it ducking for a nigga who's like 50's actively doing, like 50 just had a Super Bowl commercial to be like versus like joking about it versus the nigga who's been actively trying to do it for like 4 years? Like, is that ducking? Like 50?
So you're saying he actively trying to do it because he bored?
Not to say he bored, but like when else
he got more time to chase him?
No disrespect, but like when else are we talking about T.I.?
When he doing stand-up comedy?
He is working on a stand-up bit.
He just dropped the special. You can go buy an independent like J. Cole album.
T.I. dropped a comedy special?
He sure did.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But
you asked the question, I answered it, big bro. I don't know what else you want from me, brother.
This will be my retort to your argument about like the T.I. longevity thing. I feel like going into a versus, especially with somebody like 50 Cent, the worst thing you could do would be to like try to play all your hits at once, especially with the type of artist T.I. is. Like, I understand. So, like, okay, if they do it, if 50's picking the songs, it is. Like, that's my thing. Who I am out on real life versus as like a thing because Gucci let me down. I'm sorry, you didn't play Off the Leash in the verses. I'm not. You're not taking this. Y'all are here for promo. That's my thing. If y'all niggas are here because we're famous, the label said this gonna help me make some albums, and we want to do this, I'm gonna bring out Big Sean. He gonna feature. Cool. I'm not gonna put my all into it as if we were gonna do the verses. With that being said, if 50 do it in real life, he may win, he may not. But if you really sat down and we were to of course we got the Patreon, we can do this later. We can do it now, but we can do it later probably because it's gonna take a long ass time. But we were gonna say 20 verses, we're gonna do it. First 10, this person go first. Second 10, this person go first.
I like that format.
I feel like it's like playing spades. I may have not got 3 aces or 4 kings. Nigga, I have deuce of diamond, deuce of spade, joker. So if I hit these 4 right and step on 4 of T.I. biggest songs, which I think 50 Cent could do, I feel like that is why people look at it the way they do, because it's kind of 2 ways looking at the verses. We're kind of like we were talking about where we're looking at the entire 20 of 50. The way I look at it, because it's 20 rounds, it's a race to 10. If you get to 10, you at least don't lose, right? I feel like no matter what, 50 has 10 songs, you're not beating.
I disagree with that.
You had me until the last
second. Well, not to say these 10 songs are unbeatable, but you don't have the same 10. If you think a certain song will beat P.I.M.P., I feel like that takes a song out of your order differently than it does 50, because 50 has 5 or 6 mega goes where I feel like no matter what you play, genuinely, T.I. can start 24s. If Many Men come on, you lose. And
I don't think that's true.
Oh yeah.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, though. So
that's fair. That is fair.
I'm from Atlanta, so
now my North is gonna come out. I do think Many Men wins.
That's there are songs 50 has where I cannot see him losing. And I feel like that is based on what you said, where niggas don't listen to T.I. And I am comfortable being open with that.
And I think that is why T.I. wins his verses, because niggas haven't heard these T.I. songs in years. We live in Atlanta. I go out and I listen to T.I. regularly. T.I. is on every playlist I have in my phone. That it's a bunch of music that I like. So I regularly listen to T.I. I was listening to King the other day for no reason. So
it's crazy. I do listen to that album.
It's his best album.
I play the album, but listen to music.
I think Urban Legend is better, but I'm not mad at King.
Yeah.
The thing about T.I. is his hits sound like hits. And I don't think people understand that in a versus setting, when those speakers come on and you hear 24s and you hear that, I like my beat down low. And T.I. really got vocal control. T.I. in shape. T.I. really does that shit. When you hear them songs, it's going to sway your opinion about how good them 50 songs are. And that is what I am trying to reiterate to the masses, is that T.I. is that fucking nigga, bro. I do think In the Club is unbeatable. I think In the Club might be the best rap hook ever. And I've been on record saying that. Yeah. I believe that is a unbeatable rap. I don't think a rapper has a song to beat that. You can name any rap song ever other than I can't even think of one right now. Maybe Can't Tell Me Nothing or something like that. But In the Club is in my top 5 unbeatable rap songs ever in a versus. 21 Questions is also really hard, but I think if T.I. plays Whatever You Like with 21 Questions, the way that Whatever You Like sounds, when you hear them drums and Whatever You Like are crazy. I think it can, if it goes second, it can sway your opinion. That is also something that's very important, is if T.I. has to make 50 go first. 50 has to go first because T.I. has to have the upper hand in the first 10 rounds. Let me say that is where I agree with you, is that 50 has the smashes. So if T.I. weighs his album wrong and he go and as soon as he start off with 24s first and he play In the Club right after that and you lost 24s already, that's a problem. Right. But if you get to start, if he fuck around and start with P.I.M.P. and you can smack him over the head with 24s in the first round, then it goes differently. So I do think T.I. starting secondly is a really important in this.
I'm going to get in here real quick and just say 21 Questions smokes Whatever You Like.
Like,
sorry.
It
very much smokes. I'm sorry.
I really like T.I. I love the movie ATL.
Yeah.
I think T.I.
You like Takers? Takers?
I love Takers with three holes in your head like a bowling ball. I love T.I. Yeah. I love T.I., bro. But some of these 50 Cent songs are just that's the difference. That's why I feel like when I don't want to like shout out Reggie, like I'm like saying he's gonna like rock him. The reason I say that,
even though you did say word for word that he'll rock him.
Yes, and this is why I believe that. We just did a top 10 list of rappers all time, and 50 name was brought up.
T.I. name was brought up too.
No, but this is the difference. We talking about 24 months.
So you're giving him more credit because it was a shorter amount of time?
No, but I'm saying that's the reason we give when he's in that top 10 is because 24 months he was the hottest nigga we've ever seen.
For sure.
So I think 50 Cent, I think T.I. is a better artist than 50 Cent. I think T.I. is a better rapper than 50 Cent. I think his catalog way better than 50 Cent. But
he's still okay.
But if we played,
you said a lot of good things.
He did.
But if you told me gun to your head ish, you gotta win 11 rounds, and you can choose 11 songs from either of these niggas, I'm going 50 Cent.
I am not mad at that. I think we should set up a versus.
I'm with it.
I think that's the number one thing we should do. I'm not sure if you can still. I got to talk to Wes. Shout out to Wes. I think that we can do a versus on Spaces. I got to make sure, and if you can, we can hop on Spaces and do a versus.
Well,
for sure.
There's a way we can stream directly to Twitter. So if it doesn't work on Spaces, I'm pretty sure there's a way you can stream directly to Twitter. Because something on Marvel Rivals doing it before.
Okay, say less. We can figure that out.
I've just realized I'm somewhere in between the two of them. Because there's things I want to pull from both, but I'm still leaning on the way that I do think T.I. wins. Yeah. But I agree with Ish in that I do think if we're going haymaker for haymaker, 50 wins more of the haymakers. Right. I just think that once you get out of the haymakers and now you just get to really, really good songs, that's where T.I. runs away.
See, that's the thing. That's why I love the analogy of like boxing. He's Tyson. Like, if you survive them first 3 rounds and you make 50 play 18, 19 songs to win, you're going to win. But you gotta survive whatever barrage is coming. Because like Dave said, he has to go first. If you fuck around and have to go first, he might end that shit. Song 13, it might be too late. It legit might be too late.
All right. That was an amazing conversation. This can be the end of the episode.
We doing our top 5?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We can end it with the top 5 songs on the fall off.
Hell yeah.
So, boom, boom, boom. Top 5 songs on the fall off. Let's end this shit right. At number 1, actually, I'm not going to go in order, but my top 5 songs on the fall off would go Oh Dog, Who the Fuck Is You, Poor Thing, Life Sentence. Actually, you're supposed to look at the camera while you do this, so I'm going to start over on this. Let me write this down. Poor Thing. Nelson, if you're ready, you can go.
Yeah. All right. My top 5 songs on the fall off. I'm gonna go from 5 to 1. 5, I have Drum and Bass. 4, I have Quick Stop. Number 3, I got 39 Intro. Number 2, I have Poor Thing, and number 1, I have Who the Fuck Is You, with honorable mentions to Safety and 2-6. This 29 Supremacy.
Top 5, the fall off J. Cole, 10 years in the top 5 fall off J. Cole, 10 years in the making. Let's start it off at number 5, Safety. 4, Quick Stop. 3, What If. 2, The Villas, and 1, O Dog.
Nice. All righty. At number 5, I have Old Dog. At number 4, I have Life Sentence. At number 3, Drum and Bass. At number 2, Poor Thing. And at number 1, Who the Fuck Is You, which I think is in top 5 J. Cole songs ever, with the honorable mention to Lonely at the top, Safety, and Bounce Roll Blues, of course. But amazing project. And I think there are multiple songs on here that you can put in your top 10 J. Cole songs of all time. Thanks. Amazing project. Instant classic. In a world full of hate, let your light be love. In an industry full of copycats, we are some one-on-ones. That's Nelson, I'm Rock, that's Ish. That's Ish, I'm Rock, that's Nelson. We are the show about nothing. This has been episode 150. I told you we do this. We showed you we do this. Another classic is in the book, and we will see y'all next week.